Latasha's journey. Latasha was hopelessly homesick, this so soon after her arrival in Perth 20 years ago. There were no curries, no food stalls, no street food of any kind. There was nothing in Perth those days, especially late at night, except of course for fast food of every kind, fish and chips, and some questionable Chinese and Indian, and not to forget bucket loads of Italian and Greek. But seriously, how much of all these can a new arrival eat? So she set about creating her favourite foods at home, and once she started, she couldn't stop. It was like a disease, and contagious too. She fed her family, she fed her friends, she fed her neighbours, then her work colleagues, and her families too. And it still wasn't quite enough. So she began feeding people she didn't know. Yes, strangers. Anyone who was hungry. Anyone who could drop by. And everyone said, "You should open a little place of your own, Latasha. Turn your passion into your work," they said. That way you know you will never work another day. Wrong. Hugely wrong, I might say. Easier said than done. Just where does one begin? Where does one start such an adventure in life? So she began by dreaming small. Then slowly she began taking her dreams seriously. After that she couldn't stop. She was on a roll. She was dreaming big dreams. She was dreaming of having her own little place. Oh, the audacity! Do you even have any experience? Any qualifications? So she turned to her husband, he who did the sums, he who was good at the sums, and he who said a firm no. But funnily, alarmingly, it didn't deter her. But why? Why ever not? Aha, tenacity was her middle name. What did she do? What could she do? The only thing left. She began conceptualizing, visualizing, and all on paper. And she couldn't stop. But why ever not? The dreams were slowly but surely becoming real, so very real to her. They were taking on a life of their own, yet still on paper. Then one fine day in 2002, her sea change moved in, kicked in, and wouldn't leave. Tears, frustration, bitterness, the works. And she wondered, what should she do? Should she leave her job? Should she have a go? Oh, surely she was going mad, for she chose to leave. And her husband, who did the sums and knew Latasha was madly passionate, said, "Well, okay, if that is how you feel, let us give her passion a go. That way, should we fail, at least we know we failed trying. And if all goes well, let's enjoy the ride." Yes, indeed, those were the days of innocence. And so she gave passion a go, and what a journey it took her on, with 3 elephants, a few dancing ladies, and some jolly-looking handmade clay pots, to a place fondly referred to as Leedy by the locals. Locals who were betting on how long she would last, 6 months, perhaps 9. Let's be generous and give her 12. After all, statistics have 90% of new cafes failing within the first year. But after thousands of meals, after hundreds of cooking classes, after all the people that came and ate and had their fill, after all the hours of cutting, dicing and grinding, after filling up her senses while nourishing the palates of others, and after all the plates were done, the dishes dry, and the place spotless, Latasha stopped. Ended her journey of 10 years. Done and dusted, as they say. End of lease. It was time to go. She hung up her apron. The elephants stopped on their tracks. The dancing ladies bowed out. The people left. The doors closed for one final time. And slowly but surely another door was opening. But what? Where? How? Oh no, here we go again. Should she be afraid? Doesn't history have a way of repeating itself? But with a heartfelt thanks to the people who came from day one, people who took classes, people who encouraged, supported, inspired, talked and shared, people who nudged her with a gleam in their eyes saying, "You can't stop, you can't just go. You'll miss us, Latasha." Oh yes, indeed, missed she did. So Latasha, with her little dream, with her little cafe, morphed into a food producer of gourmet curry pastes and condiments, a little business to call her own, to continue on her journey, with products for everyone to use to cook at home, to recreate the aroma and flavours of Latasha's kitchen into their own homes, quickly, easily and effortlessly. food to nourish bodies, spirits, and souls, food for loved ones, families, and friends, food for their untold kitchen stories. Latasha's uncompromised passion readied her for another chapter, Latasha's Cookbook. Stories and recipes from an iconic Leaderville eatery calling for your involvement once again. In our history of recipes cooked, eaten, and shared, won't you join us and be a part of something special that once was? To see where this road may lead us, pledge and let us reward you.